Welcome to PACWEST Best in Class, highlighting student athletes that are leaving their mark on athletics and academics across the conference.
It's the Best in Class with Jake Bolton from the Camosun Chargers men's volleyball team. Fourth year, you're going in your fourth year in the fall. How did that happen?
Tell me about it. I don't know. It's your question's as good as mine.
So we're here in the summertime. What do you like to do in the summer? How's it going so far?
It's going well. It's going really well. I've been doing nothing but work pretty much, trying to stay involved with volleyball as much as I can. But you know how it is as a college student in the summer, you got to be making as much money as you can. So
yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you because I talked to some student athletes, and in the summertime, they get away from their sport. They completely unplug from either volleyball or basketball, soccer, whatever they're playing. What about you? Do you still dabble in volleyball, or do you want to completely separate yourself from the sport?
I mean, I can definitely see it going both ways. I would completely understand just because the volume of volleyball is so high when you're in season, right? So I can totally see some people wanting to get away from it and unplug. For myself, it's just a matter of I need to be focusing on other things. It's not necessarily that I want to. Yeah. So I'm working full time, but I'm also coaching at Victoria Beach Volleyball Association. That's actually it's founded and run by Hannah May, the Chargers alum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So she was kind enough to hire me just to go out part-time. That's kind of how I get my fill of volleyballs. I go out and have fun with the kids, and that's about the extent of it for me. I get in and train with my guys when I can, but it's just a lot of working and stuff like that.
Does it change your perspective when you talk to a coach or even disagree with a coach? Like, I'm a coach too.
Yeah, you know what? I think I honestly notice it more on the coaching side. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I kind of get it now. I kind of understand where they're coming from a bit more.
How about taking a break from class in the summer? Is that a relief?
I think that's the perfect word to describe it. Yeah, I've always been big on school. I enjoy school. It's just a matter of I do enjoy getting away, and it's a change of pace, right? Doing anything for too long, you kind of start to burn out. And so it's nice to get away and get a bit of a change of scenery.
So what are you taking at Camosun? What drew you to that?
I'm in sports management. Okay. I haven't always been. In my first year, I was exploring a little bit. I was just in general studies. I took some criminology classes. I took some history. I just kind of focused on some stuff I'm interested in.
Sure.
And then I found going into my second year, just after kind of mingling a little bit and obviously having an easy in socially on the volleyball team, a lot of people are in this either kinesiology or the sports management degree. So I did my reading and I talked to people, and it just kind of seemed really suited to what I wanted to learn about. And so that's kind of dove in head first into that in my second year, and I've been there ever since, going into my third year of that program.
Yeah. Does it help when you have teammates or even other people in the volleyball program at Camosun in your school program to push each other, to motivate each other, to make sure you get homework done?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a slippery slope, right? Because everyone wants to talk about volleyball. Like, say you got a couple teammates in your class, it's really easy to kind of slide into the matches on the weekend versus what's actually due this weekend. But it's super helpful. Like I said, it's easy having that in socially. It gives you kind of a head start on some of the other people who might have to go and introduce themselves. Not that we don't have to do that, but having that easy bond with people, and you make a really quick connection, which is nice.
Does the course load, or at least getting assignments, get easier as you go through college because you know something, or you've gone through a routine, you have a routine? Okay, I know I've got travel dates on this date, workouts on this date, but I need to get this done. Is it easier to balance that?
That's a good question. I would say I don't think the work itself gets easier. I think it's just a matter of you're better at managing it, like you were saying. So I think when you kind of figure out that time management piece, that really, really unlocks a lot of doors for you. And that's something that everyone kind of has to figure out at their own pace. It took me, I'm still figuring it out, to be honest. But
join the club. What do you use to do time management, or to keep track of time management, keep track of classes and practice? Do you use your phone? Are you an old school guy like myself and just write stuff out?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a little whiteboard calendar I've got next to my laundry machines. So that gets used about as often as my laundry machines. But yeah, I try to put it out, write it out somewhere. If I have it in my phone, odds are I'm going to go on my phone to check. I'll get distracted and end up on, Instagram, whatever, before you know it. So I try and keep it within reason and keep it professional, straightforward. Not always the best at that, but like I said, it's a learning process.
A lot of people, when I ask this question, I ask, what have you learned as a student athlete in either going in your fourth year or later, or even earlier? Time management seems to be one. Are there any other things that you have learned? Do you feel that you didn't really know when you were coming into Camosun, but now you're well versed in it?
I mean, there's many things. If I could put my finger on one, I would say compartmentalization has been a huge key to success for me.
Right.
Just in terms, like to give you an example, like when I'm on the court, that's my volleyball time, right? And I'm focusing on volleyball and volleyball only, versus when I'm sitting down to study, I want to be watching video, but I'm not, because I need to be focusing on my homework. So I find that if I'm letting the two worlds mix a little bit too often, I end up producing work that isn't as good in both categories.
Yeah.
So I find that that's actually a big piece. Just thinking about volleyball when I'm playing volleyball, and thinking about school when I'm, doing school.
Yeah. What about when you're on the road and you're on the bus or the ferry or in a hotel? Can you compartmentalize and sit in the hotel room and get an assignment done?
Oh, put me in the hot seat. I would love to say yes, and I do when I really need to. But like again, it's really hard when you're with all your friends, right? And at Camosun especially, we're all pretty tight group, and so everyone's kind of chatting, and you kind of want to be part of all four different conversations on the 60-foot bus. You don't really want to be head down with your headphones on the laptop, so it's tricky. But I do the best I can to try and stay locked in. I think everybody does. But yeah, I would say that's probably the number one issue, like the number one time I slip is on those road trips.
Now, by virtue of going into your fourth year of age alone, you're going to become a leader on this Charger team. Do you like that? Do you like taking on? Because that's just another thing you have to worry about is being a leader. If you like that.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and it comes with a heavy cape. I've always liked the idea of being a leader. It's a very delicate thing.
Yeah.
I've had leaders in other sports and other teams where they're put into that position, and their own mindset can kind of drive a team downwards. And I've also had teams with phenomenal leaders where it can really, really uplift a team. And even skill wise, if a team's is a better on paper than you are, I've seen leadership carry through games to really. So it's a very, very heavy burden, but it's something that I've always embraced, and it's something that I would love to be a part of if I'm selected for that. And either way, whether captains or not, I think that there's a lot of people on our team who are very capable of leading the group, which is always a really good thing.
Speaking of team, this has always been a good team, but PACWEST is so competitive in men's volleyball. How does the team looking at any new recruits, guys coming back? Does it look like the Chargers will be another strong contender?
Yes, I would say so for sure. We've been in, as you know, we had a bit of a dynasty for a while there, and then we've been in a rebuild. Like we had a really, really strong team in my first year, losing only one game all season. And that was to the Cotter Avalanche. And that was it was an incredible experience. But then a lot of those guys graduated, right? A lot of guys moved on, went to play youth sports, however, wherever else. And so we've been in a bit of a rebuild these last few years. And I think we've performed well considering that. We had a lot of young guys on our team, and some of those young guys have now kind of grown into going into fourth year.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a tough transition, but I think we stuck together really well, and I'm looking forward to see what we can produce this year. I've got a lot of confidence.
So your fourth year, are you peeking ahead to what comes next for Jake Bolton? What comes after Camosun, or do you want to just live in the moment?
Compartmentalization, Ryan. I told you, I don't want to be thinking about that yet.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah. Hey man, thanks for doing this. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you on the court real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time, Ryan. Appreciate it.
This has been PACWEST Best in Class with Ryan Waters.